Good day all, it is 15:51 on the 29th and the 9th, 2025, so they tell us. I'm Basil, broadcasting truth and therapy, using the talking stick on my channel, the Self-Preservation Society, or Truth and Awareness on YouTube. And the title of this upload is Last Chance Saloon. It is beyond me, absolutely beyond me, how a few people in Nepal, and it is only a few people, it might have been a few 100,000, but it was only a few people that went and brought down their government. How many were marching in London on the 13th of September, following the Pied Piper, Tommy Robinson, Stephen Yaxley Lennon? It's amazing. You are so indoctrinated and programmed, you just don't know. You just don't know. Those people in Nepal got their country back. Yes, it's early days, but they didn't just go and march. They put into effect deeds and actions as well. I was in a conversation with somebody the other day talking about, Shelley, I think it was. She said when she's been on these marches around the Square Mile and Parliament, this, that and the other, they're all armed police. They can't kill everyone. They can't kill everyone. You've got to be prepared to die, people, in order that you may live, your children and your grandchildren may live. We're in the last chance saloon, because once digital ID comes into being, there is no escape. No escape. And most people can't see it. It blows my mind sometimes to hear the rhetoric of some people. And I've been hearing it for 20, 30, 40 years. The rhetoric of some people. Brilliant rhetoric, empowering, enlightening, but yet to be enabling. These people that own you, to paraphrase George Carlin, they're your owners. They're your controllers. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're self-sufficient, this, that and the other. You have the illusion of freedom. You think you're free, but you're not. You're dependent upon their system. It's a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant system for control. When you get into the depths of it and study it, it's a brilliant system. I know people that are trying to become freemen of the land by, learning the different variants of the English language, Pig Latin, Dog Latin, Oxford styles, Chicago styles, you name it. I know people that, self-sufficient, canning their own food, this, that and the other, and think they can escape the system. You will never be able to escape the system. I don't care who you are. They don't care how you identify. And this come to me this morning, actually. They don't care if you're a man. They don't care if you're a woman. They don't care if you're a man identifying as a woman or a woman identifying as a man. They don't care if you're socialist, communist, Republican, Democrat. They don't care if you're a Buddhist, a Christian, a Muslim. They don't care if you support West Ham United, Liverpool, Philadelphia 49ers, whatever. They don't care who your allegiances are with, and they may be many. All they care about, all that they're frightened of, is that you suddenly wake up to know who you are. And all the while you're controlled by the system that separates you by skin, gender, and any other identity you wish to bring forth. They control you. Right? I've often said, to identify myself, I identify as source consciousness on a soul journey, having a spiritual experience in a carbon-based unit body avatar in the third dimensional reality on planet Earth. Anything else is either what I do while I'm here, ego, or how others perceive me. That's how I identify. I've done for years. Because what is becoming more and more apparent to me is that on my particular path of awakening and awareness, the most important thing I can now say, what it's all been leading to, is to find the true essence within, the power within, to become at one with both aspects of self, the masculine, the feminine, the light, the dark, the yin, the yang, to understand them all and not allow one to have dominance over the other. That's what they fear more than anything, right? That's where my journey has brought me, to become at one with the self, to become aware, to awaken to that which I truly am. I've done, and if you want to go onto my BitChute channel, where all my work is, unfortunately, unless you've got a VPN, you can't do that in the UK, and you want to spend time listening to me from the beginning in May 2020, I think it was, to today, you'll see how my journey has evolved in just those short 5 years, right? But it goes back to when I first started in July 1984, 17th of July 1984, when my maternal grandfather passed away. That started me off on this journey, questioning as I did. Is that it? What happens now? You know, what happens to him? What happens to us that's left? This, that, and the other. Took me into the path of Christian spiritualism. Thanks to Christine Cuenca, the finest medium I've ever seen in my life. That led me to founding my own Christian spiritualist church, where after a very short time, a man come in who introduced me to the concept of spirituality, which is sadly lacking in understanding and awareness, not just in Christian spiritualism, but all around the world. And that led me to a path of conscious awakening and awareness to the self. It all starts with the self, people. All starts with the self. And what I've realised is, with real eyes and seen the real lies, you may see me, hear me, understand me as Barry, my born name. That's just a physical manifestation of a spiritual being that has come from a soul. My true essence, my soul essence, is not Barry. It's not masculine, it's not feminine. It is a blending of both. I'm 64 years of age now, but 65 in January. It's taken me all this time to really, truly understand this and learn this for myself. Come to this awareness. And that is the one thing. It is the one thing that your owners and your controllers are frightened of. They're not frightened of me doing it, coming to it. They're not frightened of you doing it, coming to it. What they're frightened of is that we all do it and come to that awareness and knowing. They're frightened of that. So many people I've seen and experienced over the last 40 odd years of this journey of mine, especially, are so full of shit and ego. And I was one of them. And I stand before you in all humility and tell you I was one of them that thought that once I got to this spiritual awareness and knowing, that was it. How wrong I was. The spiritual you is the non-physical version of you. Everything you are here in the physical, you are in the spiritual, including your mind, which can be programmed and corrupted and abused and utilised. And every other aspect of this essence, this physical essence that you think you are. Until you can go beyond that, I never thought there was anything beyond it. I swear to you. I thought that was it. It's not. That is the prison. That is the real prison, keeping you locked into the spiritual self. That's the real prison. And that's why you keep reincarnating. That's why so many people, think, I won't be doing this again. I've learnt this spiritual lesson. You haven't. You've learnt jack shit unless you become aware of the true self, which is not what you see in the mirror or anything like it. Anything like it. It's light. It's codes. And they are what people see when they look at you in the physical. That light, that code has been brought into the physical. So keep you in a prison and those that look at you and know you in a prison. It's brilliant. It is fucking brilliant. It's so brilliant. And I'm not being conceited or arrogant or talking down to you. It is so brilliant when you can actually see that. It's all right seeing it. I see it years ago. I've been trying to make sense of it. For those of you who've been following me a long time, you'll remember that I was developing physical mediumship between the years of 2014 and 2016. And you'll remember I said that one week I cancelled the circle because I didn't know it at the time fully. I had a sort of understanding, but I was receiving downloads. Bang, 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 bang. The energy and frequency and vibration of what I was receiving was resonating with me, but I didn't understand it. And what I talk about, why I established this channel in May 2020 on BitChute, was to try and vocalise those downloads and the awareness I had with them. I haven't rushed at this, people. And I know I'm not perfect when I try to translate that which I received into words that I, let alone you, may understand. But I know this. This I do know. I have a knowing and I have an awareness of this. You're listening to me, Barry. That's not who I am. You might be listening to me on a spiritual vibration. Still Barry, that's not who I am. I am source consciousness on a soul journey, experiencing all that which I experienced that you bear witness to. And that's what you are, apart from those that are NPCs, non-playing characters. Those without souls. They've already sold their souls. It's not just the elite people that have sold their souls. Some members of your family might be soulless, might be NPCs. And you'll never know or understand it until you have some level of understanding and awareness of the self. You'll never know it. You'll never be able to understand it, but it's a brilliant system. They don't care who you are, how you identify, black, white, yellow, red, gay, straight, Republican, Democrat, red, socialist, capitalist, whatever, communist, Muslim, Buddhist. They don't care how you identify. They don't care how many different identities you have. Sporting allegiances, political allegiances, religious allegiances, celebrity allegiances. They don't care how many you have. The more the merrier. Because the more you have, the more fucked up you are, and the further away you are from your true self. And that's how they can control you. When you become aware, and you have awareness that you're not this physical body, you're not this spiritual representation of this physical body, you are so much more than that, and you are genderless. You have no gender. And when you start to understand how to balance the two opposite polarities, masculine, feminine, light, dark, yin, yang, whatever, that's what they fear most. They don't fear you rising up and bringing them down, because you look throughout history. Tartaria, White Town. Go back even further. Atlantis, Lemuria, Mu, and anything in between that and today has been wiped out, reset, controlled. You know why? Because nobody in history has awoken to the true self in such vast numbers that we can create a new reality that makes existing obsolete. And this reality is existing. It's always existed, because we've never become aware enough of the true self to make this reality, which our grandparents, our great-grandparents, and all our ancestors experienced. Nothing's changed. Nothing changes because we don't change. And you really have to give credit to the system that enslaves us and all our ancestors. And to see how it has gone for so long. Because our mind is not ours. We think it's ours because we got a fucking great ego, and we think we can think for ourselves. No, we don't. We think as we are told. You got to become aware in order to transcend the idea of thought and not be controlled by thought as it is within the matrix. I don't care who you are, myself included. We think as we are told. But I seek to change that. I seek to understand what that is and seek to change it. And in order for that to happen, I have had to change the self. Truth hasn't changed at all. on this 40-odd year journey, the truth has never changed. What has changed has been my awareness of the truth. The truth never changed. I did. Because somewhere deep in my soul memory, I started to remember who and what I truly am, and not this physical or spiritual expression that you've become accustomed to, my family's become accustomed to, my friends and everybody that's ever met me, seen me, heard me, have become accustomed to. That's not me. That's not me. I'm remembering. And I know that I'm not the spiritual aspect of me. I know I'm not that. That's just an experience for the soul. Just an experience for the soul. What power have I had over this incarnation in coming here? I've yet to fully become aware of. Yet to fully become aware of. Someday, perhaps I will. And if I do, you'll be the first to know. I'll tell you. But I know I'm not who you hear or who you see. To some of you, I might be who you feel. My energy, frequency and vibration, I might be that. I might be that. But I'm not who you see and who you hear. I know that. I have a knowing of that, and I'm aware of that. Them downloads had me out of it for 4 or 5 days, if not longer. Probably longer, actually. And in words that you will understand, I was spaced out. Told the story before. My sitters all come up because they knew I'd never cancelled a circle. It was a weekly commitment at the same time. And they were worried about me. And I appreciated that. I never let them in the house. Very unlike me. I said, no, I will explain to you when I know. I said, but at the moment I can't explain anything to you. But it's not bad. It's not bad. And that was it. And everything that you've had from me on this channel, certainly the BitChute, well, all of it, but, the BitChute channel is the oldest, got all my library of works on there, has been a culmination of that. Those downloads. It's come from those downloads. Come from my earthly experiences, my physical experiences, and the people I've listened to and learned from and been empowered by. Christine Quenker, Bert English, Grandpa Kim, Rita Taylor, Ray Williams, and a few others that have all added to my journey, empowered, enlightened and enabled me and guided me onward and forward. And that's what I seek to do to you here. Not for fame or fortune. Don't want you to remember my name. That's all. Told you that before. I don't do this for money. I've never used my spiritual gifts, give people readings, run development circles, done healings, this and the other for money. If you think that makes a difference, there's plenty out there that see a sucker like you and take your money off you. Plenty of them. It's not me. I do what I do because it's the right thing to do, and I do it for the right reasons. Always done that all my life. It's been very challenging for a lot of people to understand that have known me personally, but that's been me. That's been me, and I'm so humbly proud of myself for maintaining that for all these years. And I am living proof that by doing so, the universe has always provided my needs. You want to be spiritual? Spirit will provide your wants. You want to manifest? Spirit will do that for you. I'd listen to these people talking about manifesting money, just saying, they're supposed to be spiritually awake. Money is not fucking real. You want to manifest something that's real? Manifest peace and love and understanding. That's real. Money ain't real. What is real is your belief in it that it is real. All these, I listen to them. And they tell you how to manifest money. If you all manifested fucking money, what would you do with it? What would you do with it? Honestly, tell me. You manifested money. What would you do with it? You'd probably spend it on fucking Amazon or something like that. The number of people that are selling themselves and their books, this, that and the other. Or, not just that, but they're telling you how to restore stuff, this, that and the other. And do this and do that. And then they say, you can get it off Amazon. And they're supposed to be fucking awake. Don't tell me you're awake. If you're feeding at the heart of the beast at their trough, don't tell me you're awake and aware. You can lie to yourself, but don't lie to me. Because it won't work. I see right through it. See right through it. It's a brilliant system. And it's the last chance saloon, people. Anybody can shout and scream, but it takes some fucking balls to do what the Nepalese people have done. Takes some balls to do what they've done. They've manned up. How long that will last, I don't know. But they've manned up. And they've chased them out. Look at what Ibrahim Traore, I think I pronounced that right, from Burkina Faso. I'm loving learning about that country and what he's doing and what his neighbouring states are doing. And the support he's getting from people like Putin. See what Putin done. You see the meme at the beginning of this. Done what Gaddafi done. Done what Hitler done. Cleared out the Rothschilds and whatever. That's why they're all round his border. Make no mistake, you who get your information and your thinking from the telly, I'm not bigging Putin up in any way, shape or form, but history always tells the truth. Hitler cleared out and paid off his debts to the Rothschilds. Gaddafi done the same and wanted, or was it Gaddafi or the other one? But they'd done the same. Libya, they'd done the same. And if you look at the story of Ibrahim Traore, he'd done the same, doing the same. Your governments, your Western civilization governments, will use your tax dollars to beat them bastards down. And you'll support it. You'll support it. I fear no country. I do not fear any country apart from my own and America. The British government, and the American government. Don't fear any other country. Because they're my brothers and sisters. We're soul family. I've sinned through the illusion of the physical and the spiritual. Yes, a lot of them might be NPCs. But I'm a great one for energy, frequency and vibration. I do get tripped up. I'm not perfect. Don't claim to be. I do get tripped up like I did earlier on a few months back. Told you about it to a degree. I haven't told you all. But I got tripped up. I got tricked. This, that and the other. Because I let my heart rule my head. No fool like an old fool, and I was that fool. I thought everybody was like me. They're not. They're not. But I am. I'm so in awe, if that's the right word, of this matrix of control. I see it a lot differently to a lot of people. I know. Because they think they can still control it. You can't control it. You can only destroy it and build a new one. Build a new reality that makes this reality obsolete. Buckminster Fuller. Don't think you can change this reality to serve you. No, you've got to wipe the fucking thing out. And you've got to be prepared to die in order that your children and their children may live. You've got to be prepared to lay down your life. You won't die, you'll just transmute. Your energy transmutes. But you've got to be prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice of life in order that others may live. That's what those Nepalese people done. I see little evidence of however many there was at that Tommy Robinson rally doing that. When you do that, as I've said before, bring them to task, and I will be the Albert Pierpoint of the day if they are tried by a jury of peers in a common law court and 12 people find them guilty based upon the evidence provided. I'll be the Albert Pierpoint of the day. You ain't got to carry that burden, that karmic debt. I'll carry the fucking thing. For all of you. Why? Because I care. Mark Passio's Philadelphia Natural Law Seminar from 2014, I think it was, maybe a bit earlier. 8 hours, 56 minutes and a few seconds, I think he was talking about natural law, and he brought it down to that one word, one 4-letter word. He put it out to the audience first. And of course, most people come back with love. He said, no, it's care. And he's right. Mark Passio's right. And I care. I and my soul will carry the karmic debt so you don't have to, as long as it's done right. It's got to be done right. I'll carry that debt. What are you going to do in order that others may live? That's the question, because you're in the last chance saloon. Once that digital ID comes in, it's game over. Kissinger said, once the herd accept the vaccine, it's game over. No, once you accept the digital ID, it's game over. It's the last chance saloon. You either stand up and fight, or you die on your knees. The choice is yours. If this message resonates, share the message. Don't share me, share the message. It's the message that's important, not the personality bringing it to you. I share with you truths. Might not be your truths, but they're my truths, at my point of knowing and awareness, and I share them to empower, enlighten and enable. Share the truths, don't share me. Palamia, thank you. In Lakesh, in you I see another me. Mintakoi Ayasin, we are all related, we are all relatives. And I tell you, we're all connected. I don't care how you identify, as long as you don't identify as source consciousness on a soul journey.